Tonight, on Unsolved Mysteries of the Wasteland, we're going to investigate the unfinished roller coaster at Nuka World and hear from the person who unraveled that mystery. A Nuka fan named Tammy.
Oh man, I can't believe I'm being interviewed for this. Awesome. Oh, this is so great. Well, I am just the biggest Nuka fan. As you can see, I've got a small collection going on. I I just love Nuka, and I heard about Nuka World. So I went all over the place trying to find it. The last place they had been to was hit by raiders. Oh my god, why would raiders try to destroy such a wonderful place? But anyway, I caught up with it in Appalachia. Oh my gosh, it was so exciting and so much more than I could have ever expected.
Tammy, why don't you tell us about what happened when you met up with Pete?
Oh yeah, right. So when I was at Nuka World, I met all the people. It was awesome. So like I said, it's so much better than you expect. And when you walk up, there's just this big grand entrance that says Nuka World on tour, and it's awesome. And when you go inside, there's like games, and there's stalls and carousels and things everywhere. You know, it's just awesome. I played all the games. That's, stim pack popping, Rataway toss. It was awesome. It was so awesome. And that, I got my fortune told. I got my fortune told by this robot. That was so fantastic. She told me my fortune. I don't know what it means, but she gave me a fortune. And with that, I decided I was going to stay in Appalachia.
Tammy, about Pete. Let's keep it moving, okay?
Oh yeah, sure thing. Like I said, I met all the people, and I meet all the people. I met the robots. I met Pat. I met Chloe. I met the strong bot and Gunther. I met all the people, and I also met Pete. Now Pete was real nervous type, but let me tell you, he's a talker, and he was telling me about how they couldn't finish the roller coaster. Like, oh my god, why not? So I decided to go up and have a look myself. He said it was okay. So I ran up the hill and I took a look around. And what I found was nothing. Like, there's no reason that this can't be finished. And then something weird kind of happened. Like, the ground was like rumbling and really soft in spots, like it wouldn't support a footprint, and I thought that was really weird. So like, it was just weird. So I went back to Pete and asked him about what he met and what I found, and he was telling me about some kind of monster that he had seen. Well, it's kind of a tall tale. Well, at the time, I thought it was a tall tale. I thought he was having a go. But it turns out that he was right. He was right. There is a monster living under the mountain. It was wild. It was wild. I decided I was going to go back and take another look. And I went up there and walked around on all the places and just kind of gauge where the soft spots were, like where the tunneling was coming from and where it was going, because obviously something was under the mountain, so there was like soft areas, and you could tell that the dirt was a little discolored, and it all kind of led off into this one direction. So I was going to go investigate at first, I spent just a little bit more time in Nuka World. I mean, this has been going on for a while, so I could stop at a stall and get some goodies. And let me tell you, Betty has the coolest Nuka World apparel. Oh my god. So I got some new clothes. It was awesome. Yeah, she's great. So if you're at Nuka World, you really need to stop by Betty and get some duds. She's got the coolest clothes. Anyway, I got my new duds and I changed there at Nuka World. And then it was time to go keep track and see if I could follow this soft ground, this track, to its source.
And did you find the source, Tammy?
Oh, well, duh, or we wouldn't be here. Huh. Well, I'm dead. It led up this abandoned mine shaft. And there was all this altar site there. And, if you spent any time in Appalachia, this altar site is kind of tied to the Scorched and its problem. And you can check with the responders to see how that's going. But anyway, so if this altar site is causing this much problems with, like, turning people into Scorched or, something, then it could be doing something to the animals and stuff that was in the mine. So I did find a bunch of clues, and there was some stuff about a big monster. So, like, some kind of animal has really mutated beyond why it should have mutated because of this ultrasite around here and the radiation. So I went back and did some research, and I could not find hardly anything, but I did find some, like, small entrances to the mine, but nothing big enough for us to, like, get in. So I contacted some of my friends, and we came up with a plan. Now, was it a great plan? Probably not. We probably could have handled those a little better, but I trusted them.
And what was that plan, Tammy?
But we were going to do exactly what they did at Minonga. We want to drop a nuke to open the mine, so we got to crack open the mine. And it didn't work the way that we expected. So when the nuke dropped, it didn't really open the mine, but it shoved everything that was wiggling around in there out to Nuka World.
For this next part, I advise viewers that have sensitive dispositions and small children to look away. It is not for the faint of heart.
So luckily, a lot of us had gathered to watch the nuke drop, and we were at Nuka World just outside of the nuke area and the radiation zone. And this huge mole rat popped out of the ground, and all this ultrasite popped up. So the mine is full of this stuff. And it was hostile. It was pounding the ground. Man, it could do a lot of damage just doing that. So since there was a lot of us there, we all just pulled our weapons and we just started clearing everything out. There was mole miners, there was the mole rats, and the big one, somebody called it a titan. So that's kind of the term that it got stuck with, is the titan. At one point, I got knocked to 6 and was out for a minute, and when I came to, it had moved to a different location. Later on, my buddy told me that it would burrow into the ground after a while and then pop up at a different location. and they were just chasing it, and all the mole miners were popping up and like protecting it. It was amazing, but also kind of scary. And but we won. I mean, we saved Nuka World. But the downside is, with all that tunneling and everything, the ground is still too soft and not stable enough to fully build the roller coaster back. So that ride is gonna stay unfinished for a long time. That's such a bummer. It's just such a bummer.
Well, Tammy, that's quite a story.
Oh, that's not even the best part. Like, the best part is Pete was so thankful and Pat was so remorseful that she didn't believe Pete that we cut free passes to Nuka World and 5,000 Nuka-cade points to spend in the arcade. Oh my god, that was awesome. That was amazing. That was such a gift. And since I'm stayed around Appalachia, I've been using my free pass almost every day. I like go there all the time.
We will now hear from a representative of Nuka World on tour.
Hello, folks. I'm Nick Nuka, and I represent Nuka World on tour. I would like to say that what you've just seen was not approved by the board here at Nuka World on tour. That was something that they had done on their own volition. Now, getting that out of the way, for just 100 caps, you can come take a look at the Mole Rock Titan. And for a little bit extra, you can get a mole rat bat and take a swing. So, for the full tour of the unfinished roller coaster, it'll cost you 250 caps. That is for the mole rat bat and to take a swing at the dead Titan. This is a limited offer, as it will be disposed of as soon as we figure out how we're going to get it out of here.
Hey, Nick, that whale guy just dropped off that crate of dynamite. You know, he said that they used that back in the day with the whales. Where you want me stack that?
Put that in a supply trailer. We're gonna try to make some caps off of this.
And there you have it, folks. Another tale of the unsolved mysteries of the Wasteland. And sometimes, if it's broke, it can't be fixed. Until next time, have a great day and stay safe out there in the wasteland.